Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are continuing on with the role quest and we are finally reaching the fourth and final one with the healers. So we're going to be speaking to Giott here. In Traditions and Travails, a hardy looking dwarf stands before you, draining a flagon of ale remarkably swiftly given the helmet. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagon? Not even a proper greeting, neither. Look here. The hi-ho! The name's Giott. The hi-ho. See, now that's a greeting. The hi-hos aside, just who are you anyway? I dare say I remember someone like yourself if we ever met. You're from the same land as the Crystal Exarch, you say? Well, well, well. He's an odd sort, the Exarch is. He knows things, right? And he's got some sort of mystical power. Don't suppose you're the same, are you? Because I could use someone with the powers the likes of which this world has never known. I'm hunting sin eaters, you see? Well, one in particular. A healer, and not a half-bad one at the job, eh? I like your confidence. And I wish I could take your word for it, since you sound like just what I'm looking for. Bet I'll have to ask you to prove it. There's no need for that. Listen here, the Sin Eater I hunt ain't your average abomination. You can't blame me for wanting to make sure that I'm not leading you to your grave. That would be bad for both of us. So you get yourself on over to the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, and we'll see what you've got. Now, I was told that this little dwarven friend here is actually a girl, but it's very hard to tell with those helmets. Those helmets are just so stupid. I mean, they're hilarious, but they're also so stupid. I mean, how can you tell who's who? Because they all look identical. It's like the same problem with like the beast tribes, because unless they go out of their way to kind of make like the very special members of that tribe stand out, you really can't tell who's who. But she's getting straight down to business, and I like that. Oh, Claire, glad you found the place all right. Now, for the prey. That'll do. Now I just take a deep breath and... Hey, your mother was a hobgoblin, and you ain't much to look at neither. Come here and face me, you craven shite. Oh. Though Giott lies prone, the creature appears indisposed to cease its rampage. It seems that it will have to be dealt with. Huh. I'll say this for her, though. She's got some serious balls just yelling out insults at one of those giant Wolverine thingies. To be fair, I am a healer, not a DPS right now, so this might take a minute. Alright, so that took him down. Are you okay? Healing. Ha! See, that wasn't so bad. I reckon that I broke 3 or so ribs and at least 1 femur there, but my bones feel just fine now. Better than before, actually. And that beast gave you no trouble. Seems that you're just what I'm looking for after all. So she went and purposely got hurt just to test our healing. We can talk about the rest back at the Crystarium over a drink or 3. The folks at the Wandering Stairs know how to keep 'em coming. Meet me there! Okay, so I can tell she's already gonna be a troublemaker. So she purposely walked out to a ravenous Wolverine and let herself get mauled. Just so that we would have a chance to step up and prove that not only can we fight, but we can heal. She's something else. I think I like her. Now let's keep in mind that we are going to be learning more about Lamette's past. And we really don't know too much about Lamette now. I mean, we've learned a great deal about the others. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what we learn about Lamette. I don't know, I just have a bad feeling that her story is going to be just as tragic, if not even more tragic than the others that we saw before. Also, I feel like I should mention that I'm not 100% sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly. It's just that when I typed it into Google Translate, that was the enunciation that I get from it. So Giott it is. There ain't nothing like a flagon of ale after a well-earned victory. Did you hit your head? Oh yes, and hard. That beast gave me a trouncing, really exceeded my expectations. As did you! Ha! Whatever you want to call what we just did, doing it helped us understand each other, sure enough. I've seen that you're a masterful fighter, and you've learned that I'm as fearless as a stone, and so a fellowship is forged. Now that I'm sure you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you about the Sin Eater I'm after. It's one of the so-called cardinal virtues, Sophrosyne, and it's a nasty piece of work. Each one of the virtues looks like one of those fools who brought down the flood upon us, but this one takes after the worst of the bunch, Lamette, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Knowing that one of our own people was a warrior of light is bad enough. But Sophrosyne being out there, looking all dwarf-like, well, it don't help matters. Cursed thing. The Council of Elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamette's sins no more. So the head of the council, the elder-most leader, stay with me here, gave me this job. Hunt down Sophrosyne, slay it, see that it don't keep sullying our good name. I'm our strongest warrior, so if anyone's going to do it, it has to be me. That's fine. I'm more than up for the contest of might. The problem I'm having, though, is that Sophrosyne keeps healing itself, and it's, well, deeply annoying. I suppose it's because Lamette herself was some kind of master of the arts, but Sophrosyne's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I whack it, I can't leave a scratch. To make matters worse, it also flies around, carefree as you please, resurrecting other Sin Eaters. We'll be up to our eyeballs in them forever if we can't do something about those creative powers. That's where you come in, right? Lamette doesn't deserve your scorn, you know. Listen, I know you have your own ways, and that's just fine, but whether you care much for dwarven honor or not, you have to agree that a sin eater that can raise its fellows from the grave is a danger to us all. As for Lamette, you should know that being a dwarf is about respecting tradition, and she never did. Never. You may not have heard, but the tales say that Lamette roamed the land without her helm. She willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well that it would dishonor her and us all, and she did it anyway. And then there's the part about bringing doom on all the world. Not one of our taboos, really, but generally frowned upon. Now she's back, face bare to the world, a sin eater. What could make a dwarf go so wrong? Ah, but we have ale to drink and sin eaters to hunt. In that order. You healed my body sure enough, but I'll need a few more flagons to restore my vigor. And by a few, I mean about 100. Come and find me later. You know, she's somebody I would love to go to a party with. I could just tell. But I think that we'll call it there for right now. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. The next quest is going to be called Affront and Ally, so we're probably going to learn more about Lamette and maybe about Giott here. So until next time, everyone, thank you for watching, and I hope that you all have a great rest of your day. So until then, bye-bye.